and Thailand are similar in their geography and in the ways of life of their people. Most Burmese are rice farmers. They tend to use old traditional methods of farming and irrigating their fields. After rice farming, fishing is the most common occupation among Burmese. There is not much industry, so there are not many industrial workers. And not many people are at work extracting the natural resources of the country, although there are rich oil fields. Rangoon, the capital, is modern-looking. But old traditions guide much of the life of the people of Burma. Tradition is also very important to the people of Thailand. There are many similarities between the lives of the Thais and their Burmese neighbors. Thais are mainly rice farmers and fishermen. Industry is not important here. Some Thais work at mining tin, Thailand's most important mineral resource. And Bangkok, Thailand's capital city, has the same modern look that Burma's capital does. So, in many ways, these two countries of Southeast Asia are similar. The similarities begin with their geography. The northern parts of both countries are covered with mountains. Rivers dominate life in both nations. The Irrawaddy in Burma, the Chao Phraya in Thailand. Both, like the Chao Phraya, flow southward through the central areas of the two nations. Both nations share part of the Malay Peninsula, lying between the Bay of Bengal and the Gulf of Siam. Burmese fish in the Bay of Bengal on the west, and Thais fish in the Gulf of Siam on the east. The capitals of both countries, Rangoon and Bangkok, are both river cities and major ports. Rangoon, Burma, is on the Irrawaddy. Bangkok, Thailand, is on the Chao Phraya. In both countries, these rivers have many uses. Teakwood logs from mountain forests of both countries are floated downstream to lumber mills. Motorized boats carry passengers upstream and downstream. The Burmese and Thai shop at floating markets and bring their goods to market by boat. School boats carry children to and from school. The rivers are stages for elaborate and colorful festivals. And there are also local laundries and bathtubs, too. The rivers are also important for food. Their waters irrigate the farmers' rice fields. And Burmese and Thais dip their nets into the shallow parts of their rivers and harvest them for fish. Fish and rice are the most common foods in Burma and Thailand. Most of the people of both countries also follow the same sect of Buddhism, Hinayana Buddhism. Buddhism has influenced not just the lives of the people, but also their music, art, and architecture. Every young man who is a Buddhist in Burma and Thailand is expected to spend at least 3 months living as a monk. They depend on the people for their food. Sharing food with the monks is a daily morning ritual. This is the temple of the Emerald Buddha in Bangkok. There are very many Buddhist temples and shrines in this part of the world. And so the people and their two countries are very much alike. But of course, not exactly alike. Burma has more natural resources than Thailand. It has deposits of jade and other precious stones. There are large deposits of tin and oil. Burmese have built dams to put the water power of Burma's rivers to use for generating electricity. Even though this electricity is used for operating machines in factories, most of the work in Burma's factories is done by hand. Burma's industry is still geared to handcrafts, like making gold leaf. And weaving silk. Another difference between Burma and Thailand is in their people. Burma's population of more than 25 million is made up of several large distinct ethnic groups. Only about 2/3 of the Burmese are Burmans. Other ethnic groups have different languages and different customs. Because the Burmese population is made up of many different kinds of people who maintain their independence from each other, it's difficult for Burma to be a strongly united nation. Once part of the British Commonwealth, Burma has been an independent nation since 1948, but the government has been unstable. Thailand has fewer natural resources than Burma. Tin is mined hydraulically and is an important export. So is rice, rubber, and teakwood. Manufacturing in Thailand, as in Burma, is still on a small scale, with factories putting out handcrafted products like hand-painted umbrellas. And lacquer trays. But industrial development is being encouraged. In this factory in Bangkok, automobiles are being put together from parts made in Japan. Tin ore is smelted at this plant in Phuket. Small amounts of cement are made for use in Thailand's economic development plans. Irrigation canals have been built as part of these plans, as well as many miles of highways. In spite of the emphasis that Thailand is putting on economic development, approximately 9 out of 10 Thais still work at producing food, for Thailand, like Burma, is an agricultural nation. Thailand's people, though, are not as mixed as Burma's. 80% of its 30 million people are of Thai stock. The rest are hill tribesmen, Vietnamese, Malays, and Chinese, the largest minority in Thailand. One of the results of having such a large majority of its people of Thai stock has been a comparatively stable government for many years. A constitutional monarchy with the king the chief of state, and the prime minister the head of government. One of the government's problems is to bring to the isolated hill people in the north the same services most Thais have available. The government provides medical services. Agricultural information helps the farmers improve the yield of their crops and the quality of their farm animals. The government has built schools and trained teachers. It's built dams and irrigation projects. And it's building roads to help tie the people in the more isolated regions to the rest of the country of Thailand. Burma and Thailand, neighbors on the Malay Peninsula of Southeast Asia.